horrible this is going to be.
I am not worried about prettiness.
Are you invested in the cryptocurrencies?
Yeah.
Hold up. What? What did you say?
Are you invested into cryptocurrencies?
Of course I am.
Which one is your favorite?
Byte penny. Byte penny.
Fight?
Byte penny.
Never heard of that one.
I know.
It's on the low.
Okay, that was
You have to
close.
go on the dark web.
Yeah. Did you see?
Thank you.
Did you see a theory?
Who's gonna come give me a residual puff?
You want me to draw it?
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
I'll try.
Very tired.
Did you know you can put emojis into your Google Sheet?
Oh.
But I sure as heck can't figure out how to find the trend line.
Isn't that so frustrating?
It says that once you're in the chart, there should be a drop-down arrow, and you should be able to select Advanced Edit, but I don't see that on yours.
Maybe I need like a big eye.
Maybe.
But I don't think so.
I don't know. I Googled it. You would think Google could tell me how to use Google Sheets, but apparently not. Scatter. Scatter. There is no top right menu drop down bar doodle. Color. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, so.
I swoop clothes from it all works out.
Will you hand that to Soap for me, please? Thank you. All right. So, is our first of all, is our scatter plot even linear? No, it's not. It's curved, and then the residual plot is that's linear.
This is what
It's not linear, and it definitely has a pattern, right? It does some like whoop-de-w like thinking. It's got a pattern to it. Not very good. Which tells us our linear model is not good. So just like yesterday, we're gonna force it to be linear. So looking at the original scatter plot, what kind of function does this remind you of? That thing?
Natural log.
No, a natural log is like that.
Yeah. It's the board
To the fourth? A quartic? That's just a really fat parabola.
So smooth. It's a W.
No, not this one, this one.
Oh.
The original scatter plot, what does it look like? What function? Yeah. That.
Exponential.
Thanks, Trent.
Oh.
Exponential.
Oh, right.
I thought we were going more in depth.
It looks like, oh yes, much more in depth.
Yeah.
It looks like, thank you. I'm like, what's exponential?
I thought we were talking about the bottom.
What did Chauncey do?
Drop your class.
Oh.
Chloe.
I win.
Chloe,
I'm still in.
I still.
All right.
I would come so.
So what's the general form of an exponential function?
A curve.
Go ahead. No, the actual function. Go ahead, Trent.
2 to the x.
That's
Next to the 2.
that is an exponential function. But I just want general, no specific.
Something to the x.
Base. Yeah, thank you, Miss.
General.
Specific.
Specific.
I could.
Check the
Okay,
circuit.
we're doing linear systems of linear inequalities in algebra, right? And the girl came up, and I wanted to say, and I am not going to be able to say it. I wanted to say this, and I literally could not get it out for like 2 minutes. She shaded.
She shaded.
She shaded. Like I couldn't get it out. Kids were laughing at me.
It went up.
She shaded. I got it this time. It's like Sally who
Wait,
sells
what were you
seashells
saying?
by the seashore.
What did you say?
I was going, well, the test point gave her an untrue statement, so she shaded, and it just like I'm like, okay, whatever. All right, general form. So no numbers.
X to the Y.
A to the X.
It's gonna be y equals.
And then it's X to
B to the X.
We use b for base, b to the x, and it can be multiplied by something, right? Yeah, that's general form.
Plus C.
No plus c.
Why not?
Why not? Because we're not doing calculus. What's the inverse of an exponential? Logarithm. So we're gonna log both sides, and guess what happens when you log both sides?
Do the logs cancel out?
Oops, 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 oops. I shouldn't have a plus in there.
Big circle and fill it in.
Well, that would just look dumb. Especially since I have white out somewhere. Somewhere.
Behind the document here.
Wait, you're sitting up there. I don't know. We'll just A times. We'll just do this, the big circle. Okay, now log y is simplified as it gets. But log of a times b to the x, that can be simplified, can be expanded using your properties of logarithms.
Log A times log B to the X.
It is plus.
Plus
Oh,
That's why I put the plus, because I was jumping and stuff. And then Joanna, what?
Oh, and then you bring the x from it, so x times log b.
Yeah. So look what happens when we take a logarithm of something that looks exponential. We end up with this thing that looks very much like a linear equation. We have something multiplied by x. Hey, that's our slope. And then we have this constant being added there, and that's our y-intercept.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
That is really cool, isn't it? You're like, oh, finally something good came out of logs.
Honestly, yeah.
So, on the, can I flip to the back?
yes.
No.
Oh
I
my
can't see this down because this is like boring.
I,
You're gonna give us all the.
he's a danger dog.
I know,
Yeah,
serious.
He has a vaccine, so it's fine.
So, on the back, we're
Hey.
gonna, sorry,
Hey.
Oh,
So did you get the vaccine?
long time ago.
Did you get the, who you got sick the second one?
Did you get Moderna or Pfizer?
Pfizer.
My dad got sick.
I
alright.
didn't
You
get
got sick.
sick, I got really tired though. But I didn't get sick.
Did your dad get Moderna? Well, when I got COVID, I got COVID. Because my mom got Moderna and my mom got it. And I got Pfizer.
My mom got some. My mom got the other one and she felt fine.
My parents got Moderna.
They felt fine.
Yeah, my mom had migraines.
Sometimes I get those.
Yes, so do I.
I think Tanner can see it.
Whenever.
All right.
Really type of-
So,
Okay.
We're gonna use
But not right now. I was gonna say that's.
We're going to use Google Sheets to take the log of the units sold. Okay? And Google Sheets will do it all for you. Oops, might help if I press the button so you can see Google Sheets. By Tanner.
That's what I talked about.
I called him Tanner. What is
Oh.
wrong with me the
You
last
want
2
to?
days?
I thought you were being ironic.
I wasn't being ironic. I don't know what is wrong with me.
Alright, guys.
Oh man, I'm behind. I'm behind. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Oops. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
What does it say?
You see beauty where others only see ordinary.
Do you not see beauty in anything? All right. So we're gonna do the logs of units sold.
Should we be doing this on our Google sheet right now?
Yeah.
Also, do we use the one that says?
Sorry,
log or
I'm gonna
log?
zoom in. One of my students told me that they did log during third period and it worked out the same. I used log 10. You can also use natural log, just the same. I like log 10. I don't know, just me. So highlight your column. In the formula bar, you're going to put equal. On the very far right of your guys' toolbar, you're going to have the sigma notation. And then we're going to click into there, go down to math, and then go to the L's. So there's natural log, which allows you to change the base. So if you're working in something other than base 10, or log with the 10 behind it. And that's what I'm going to choose. And then I want to take the log of the units sold, so B2 to B10. And then hit enter, and then of course I have to fill in the rest. Good?
Oh,
I just finished to get this up.
All right, highlight the column. Now on the far right, I'm zoomed in so mine's not on the far right, but on the far right you should have this sigma notation. Correct? Click on it, go down to math, and it should open another pop-up. And you're going to go into the L's because we're working with log. And choose log 10. Math, log 10.
okay.
And then, uh-oh, mine's in the wrong place. Sorry. I don't know why it did that. Equals log 10. And then you want B2 to B10 because that's where all the units sold are. B2 to B10. Hit enter. Click on the one it gives you and pull it down.
Okay, I got it.
Can't I just type log?
Somebody said they did last period and it worked.
B2.
To B10.
Oh. Wait,
B, the letter B.
then I just oh, it only does it for one.
And then click on that one, pull the square down, the rest of the
So
column.
are we gonna be doing log years sold and years after 2000 for the next one? Next chart?
Yeah, for the next scatter plot, you're going to highlight year and logs the unit sold. Make your scatter chart, scatter plot. And hey, look, it's not perfect, but it's definitely more linear
Oh,
than it was. And then let's see, we want to add our trend line to it. So there's our equation. So I just went through 4, 5, and 6. 4 was complete the table. So that's this column. Oops. This column that I did, that was completing the table, number 4. Number 5 was make the scatter plot. So I did years versus log of units sold. There's your scatter plot. And then number 6
So
was get the LSRL.
So when we write down the LSRL, would it be y log?
Log Y.
Log y. Okay.
So you guys are going to do 7. Get your residual plot for a new LSRL. And if you want to try 8, although there's a trick to 8 that nobody caught last period, I was surprised. You got it?
No.
Oh.
Wait. How much
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Got it.
Yay! Oops.
So residual was it actual minus predicted?
Yes, actual minus predicted. Oops, that's not what I wanted to write.
You got it?
You're supposed to be making a residual plot.
I don't have a pen. Is someone still make deck?
What? Give me a call.
You would think after a while that Google Sheets would know that like you're always using scatter plots
Exactly.
and it would default to it, but it doesn't. It is.
Well, that looks better for a scatter plot. I don't see a pattern.
That is what they want.
Now I put the equation in.
2015.
Okay. You know, I thought I did an extra dot on my scatter plot. Yeah.
I don't even know where that asterisk is.
Okay, so what is like everything else is correct. That's
So, how do I get number 8?
Oh,
How do I undo the wall? The water?
sounds like
Right. Okay, never mind. How do I undo the logarithm? Is it calculator?
what am I going
We've never done.
You've never done that.
I've never screwed with logarithms.
Well, then just
And then see what that looks
perfect.
like.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even mention them. They're not familiar at all. They did, then I wasn't paying attention.
Do I do something with this, but then the X is wrong?
Yeah, you need the H And then you need to make your residual plot.
That is so much work.
It's not that much.
How do you type that in?
How do we type it in? We're going to do our predicted unit sold. 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 Sorry. I'm sorry. I typed SOLV instead of sold, and then I thought I hit backspace, but I hit like 2 other things. It didn't work. I'm sorry. Asterisk, yeah. It's shift 8. So I just put in our LSRL, and instead of X, I did A2 to A10 because those are my X values.
What?
What?
I got it. Oh, wait. Why are you doing 1.55?
Because that was what my chart told me was my y-intercept.
I tried making my residual chart.
Is that what you got for predicted units sold?
That was not. And then you use.
Did you use these as your X? Those are your X's. Units sold are your Y's.
So wait, what did we use for X?
Dude, for
Year.
my thing, I got, on my y-intercept, I got minus. Oh, no. Wait.
Okay. Hold on. Where did you do your residual column yet?
Correct.
So don't make your chart yet. So residuals are actual minus predicted, but we're working with logarithms. So make sure you take your log of units sold minus predicted units sold. Whoa, not D22. There we go. So that's what you should have those. And then for your residual plot, you would do year versus residuals. What's wrong, Soph?
I don't know anymore. I'm following what you're doing though. I realize what I'm supposed to do.
I like how he gets up like he's gonna help you fix it.
I just want to see if I'm doing it wrong.
I believe in it.
Do your numbers not look like mine?
No, mine are higher in the predicted units sold.
I think mine are. Chloe did good.
But I also think I have this run number wrong.
Really? Yeah, you did beautiful. That's a great chart, Chloe. There's not a lot. Oh, there's a lot of slope.
Hold on.
I mean,
How do you know if it's good or not?
Is your residual plot kind of better?
Your residual plot is better? Okay, then, yeah. since you're using a log, do you have to do some funky stuff? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, you must do funky stuff, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
She's not gonna tell me what the funky stuff is.
You have to be funky.
Okay. Okay, I don't really know how to do this one.
I don't know what happened.
You're not gonna explain it yet, right?
Explain what?
10, 15 minutes.
Oh, I will.
Okay, but I'm gonna do this.
Okay, go ahead and go potty. I'm gonna. Oh, I almost forgot Diana. She had her hand up.
Okay, yeah. I'll just have a look at it. Is that correct?
That looks beautiful.
Yeah. Do I just, if it's base 10, it's log base 10 log. So I'm trying to remember how logs work.
Hold on, I'm gonna put up my residual chart. Most of you seems like we got there. It should look something like that, which is beautiful, no pattern. Right?
Hooray, I didn't get it upside down this time.
That is good. So then, I'm gonna sing the Jeopardy song until Chloe gets back. Wouldn't it be so cool to be on Jeopardy? I feel like the minute I got on there, my mind would go blank, though.
And it'd all be math
Do you
questions.
want to hear a fun fact?
Always.
My mom almost got on Wheel of Fortune.
Really?
Yeah, so you know how like the Wheelmobile will come
Mm-hmm.
into Medford and everything? One time she went on it and they have like this whole like fake Wheel of Fortune that they do to see if you're good enough. And it's like 3 of them.
What are you doing, Nate?
Internet will dial it down. I think.
Okay.
There's like 3 little games you have to do. My mom made it to the last round.
Yeah.
She couldn't spell.
What?
Well, if you're on Wheel of Fortune, you have to know how to spell.
What did that have to do with anything that she just said, though?
Because it'd be like a prelim, right?
No.
What? No?
No. That came out of left field, Trent.
Yeah.
I really hope that she's not dropping a deuce.
I really wish you were recording this.
I am.
She is recording.
I'm gonna get a view on this one just so that you hear me say dropping a deuce.
Can we just do a lesson?
She wanted to see, she said don't do it. And she literally ran.
She ran away.
Chloe,
Okay, so?
never mind, Nate. You were making internet sounds over there.
You have no place to speak.
See? Look. We waited for you.
Yay.
Alright.
You're pretty hours.
When you are making a prediction for how many units should be sold in 2015, this means you're putting 15 in for X, right? Because that's 15 years after 2000. So our LSRL is 0.184, and I'm going to put 15 in for X, and then it's minus 1.55. And that's the log of Y.
And that's where all my issues have come from.
That's what the funky stuff was.
You gotta do some funky stuff also.
You
No,
gotta be a little funky sometimes.
that wasn't the funky we were talking about, and I'm glad she figured out where her issues come from.
Adding new mistakes.
I don't teach at home. No, it's to H3.
You know, like homeroom.
homeroom.
Really?
Homeroom.
You have like homeroom?
No.
I don't like homeroom either.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Like, name something that's a bigger list. I can't, literally. Like, if it was maybe like. Dang.
Alright, so when we put 15 in, we get 1.21. So, those of you that have never seen logs before, this, I promise it's not hard. Log base b of y equals x. That's logarithm form.
Log of what?
Log base b of y equals x. It's just general
B
logarithm
to
form.
what power equals X?
How do you write that out?
Right there.
Log
Alright.
B to the Y
I don't
power
look
equals
up.
X?
B to the x equals y.
Oh, close
That's exponential form.
We literally just talked about it.
So notice that b, x, and y all show up in my logarithm. So all I'm doing is rearranging them. So this, because I chose base 10 when we transformed, is in base 10. So I'm going to take my base of my logarithm, which is 10. It gets raised to my answer. X is now my exponent, so I'm going to raise it to the 1.21. And then y no longer has the log on it. So that is now just y half. And whatever that is. Oops. Sorry, I did 1.12, not 21. So 16.22 when we round. So 16.22. Which makes sense because in 2015, 13 million units were actually sold. If we didn't convert to exponential form, 1.21 made 0 sense in the context of our problem. 16.22 is above the 13, but it at least is in the general range of what the actual data is. So then the last thing is to find the residual and interpret it for iPhones sold in 2015. So remember, residuals are your actual minus your predicted. And our actual was 13. Predicted is 16.22. So our residual would be negative 3.22. Anybody remember how to interpret a residual? How do we do it? So
You just put it in the context. I said approximately 3.2 fewer iPhone, 3.2 million fewer iPhones were sold than predicted in 2015.
now I have to remember how to do it. Okay, approximately 3.22 million, because it does say in the table that we're talking in millions. Fewer iPhones were sold in 2015 than predicted.
I brushed them outside and just
Yeah.
closed the page.
Say that again?
I accidentally brushed them outside and closed the page.
I hate it when that happens. I just hit my phone.
Control 50. There we go.
And that's it, right?
Chloe,
I have a question.
yes.
How did you get 13 minus 16.22?
So the actual number of iPhones sold in 2015 was 13. And from number 8, we know the predicted amount was 16.22.
Wait, I got one.
And then you have to undo the log, because it's log y. So to undo it, you have to raise Well, you have to put it into exponential form.
It's only Tuesday. I know.
Yes. It is only Tuesday.